to Olympian Water Testing, giving you the best in water analysis. Today we're looking at the EGW's tap water database at Mercury. Inorganic, there's different forms of mercury. There's methylmercury, there's mercury that's organic and inorganic. We want to see the national drinking water standards, if they exist, and what's going on with them, because this is pretty interesting. So if you're not familiar, mercury is a potential neurotoxin that damages kidneys and other internal organs, and mercury enters the drinking water from industrial pollution, mining waste, and coal-fired power plants. Then it mixes with bacteria and can become methylmercury and affect aquatic life and also humans. Now, in 2017 to 2019, just a few years ago, it was found in 40 states detected, 631 utilities, and 6.3 million people served. Now, above health guidelines was 2 states over health guidelines, and while that's only 2 out of 50, that's still a lot. 5 utilities over health guidelines, and 13,306 people served over the health guideline. So there's a lot of instances, even though this might not seem extremely large. If it's in 40 states, if it's in 631 utilities and 6.3 million people, this is a huge thing to be aware of. It's also found above health guidelines. Even though there's just a few, it can still cause problems. Now, found above the legal limit, and these are set by the EPA and other regulatory agencies, we see 1 state's over legal limit, 2 utilities over legal limit, 12,166 people served over the legal limit. Now, you might wonder, well, why is this a big deal? Well, concerns for inorganic mercury can cause problems like harm to the brain and nervous system, harm to fetal growth and child development, harm to the kidney, and harm to the immune system. Now, what are the guidelines? Well, they have their EWG guideline here, the health guideline, and that is 1.2 parts per billion for mercury inorganic, and it was defined by the California Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment as a public health goal. The level of drinking water contaminant that does not pose a significant health risk, and the health guide protects against harm to internal organs. There's also the MCL, the maximum containment level, and the legal limit for inorganic mercury established in 1991 was based on toxicity studies conducted in lab animals in 1970s and 1980s, and this limit does not include any additional consideration of children's health. You can see the utilities reporting above health guidelines with contamination. In Colorado, 69 utilities. Florida, 43. How many people these are serving? These are serving massive amounts of people. They're all above 100,000. New York, 33 utilities. Over 500,000 people served. New Jersey, 41 utilities with contamination. And that's 400,000, almost 500,000 people served. 495,527 people. Looking at Nevada, Delaware, Kentucky, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Alabama, and you can even see more here. Utah, Montana, we can see New Hampshire, and this is an issue. Now, there are filtering technologies that can help, like activated carbon and reverse osmosis. We can even see the utilities right here with the highest amounts of mercury for inorganic, taking a look at different mobile homes, farms, water systems, and different locations. So this was a good guide, and it definitely shows that while the problem might be getting better, inorganic mercury is still a big problem, and there's still a lot of utilities serving people that are using it. That's why it's always a good idea to periodically test your water for levels of mercury.